Hello curl friends, welcome to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Jody and it's great to have you join me today. So today we are getting into the last of my 2023 favorites, and that titles or those categories include the foams and mousses and then the gels. So I have all my products here, so off to the side, so that's why I'm kind of pointing that direction and looking that way. But I'm excited to introduce these to you. Once again, a reminder, these are my favorites for 2023. So if I didn't try a product in this year, I'm not going to be including it in my favorites list. Now, may have been on my favorites in a previous year, and I probably still like it, but just the fact that I haven't tried it this year, I'm not going to be including it in this year's favorites. So let's get into starting off with the foams and mousses. So I'm just going to go, I think I'm going to start out with ones that have been on my favorites before and then introduce a new one. This category was difficult for me to fill. I feel like a lot of the foams and mousses that I tried this year, I wasn't wild about. And then also there was a couple of lines that I wanted to try their foams or mousses, but they just weren't available at that time, like they were sold out. So I struggled with this one, but let's start out with one of my all-time favorites. This is just, I love this one. This is the Main Choice Peach Black Tea Vitamin Fusion Hair Mousse. This is a great styler. Usually I don't use mousse just by itself as like the holding product, but this one I can definitely do that on, and I love that. I do feel like I need a leave-in under this. I can't just go, I think this line, when I got it, it had the shampoo, conditioner, and a hairspray along with this mousse. But I found that my curls just felt dried out if I didn't use a light leave-in underneath of this. So I love this paired with a leave-in. Another mousse that I like, or a foam, if I didn't mention it, the Main Choice one was more of a foam consistency. It's got that more watery, bubbly consistency to it. And this one is similar in that this is the Curlsmith Bounty Strength Volume Foam. And this is a good, it does give me volume. I could definitely tell a difference in my volume using this. Now, I have paired it underneath a gel and over top of a gel, and I like it either way. I tend to prefer just doing it over top, I feel like, but I love this one, especially working in towards the roots, but I get it all over my hair, but it definitely is beneficial to get this one up towards the roots. Now the next product I have is the AG Mousse Gel, and similarly to the Main Choice one, this one I can use as a holding product. Like, I don't need to pair a gel with this. I know it does have gel in the title, but really I don't feel any gel-like properties when I'm applying it to my hair. That doesn't mean that it's not working like a gel once it's up in my hair. I don't know all the scientific details of that. I apologize, my neighbor is mowing their yard. I wasn't expecting that as I was filming today. Wait for him to go by. Okay, so anyways, I do love this one, and did I mention you could pair it with a cream or a leave-in, and there's not a problem. He threw me off, my neighbor did. I apologize. But I really do love this. It gives great lasting hold. The next product I've had in my stash for a long time, this is the Cake Curl Whipped Curl Mousse, and this is one of those products that is like a true mousse. It does expand in your hand. I guess the Curl Activator, the AG one, was similar to that. This expands in your hand. It doesn't have the tiny watery bubbles like the first two that I showed. But anyways, this is a great just volume enhancer. This one can be used to hold my styles. Like, I don't need to pair a gel with this necessarily, but I like to. I kind of prefer to pair a gel with this. And this is one of those that I usually top off my stylers with. So it's usually the last step before I diffuse. The last mousse or foam that I have this year is the Trelux Soothe and Restore Curl Defining Mousse. This was actually the last one that I added onto my list. And of all the foams that I've tried this year, foams or mousse, this was probably my favorite. I have another one that I almost put on my list instead of this, but I realized I hadn't tried it in the year 2023, so I took it off and added this one on. So it's kind of right there on the bottom of the list, but I do like it. It is a good foam. It does give me some, it does enhance my volume some, give me some more definition, I feel like, and it's decent. It is kind of pricey, so even though it's on my favorites, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure I would repurchase this one. It just is what it is. Now, moving on to the gels, I have some old favorites and I have some new ones again. Once again, I have the Trelux High Definition Curl Enhancing Styling Gel. This is a beautiful custard-like consistency, and I just find that this one is unique. It gives me like a good cast most of the time. There was one time that I used it this year that I didn't really get a cast with, and I was completely surprised. But I always feel like this one gives me kind of a harder hold. I've heard other people say it's only a medium hold for them and that they don't get a cast. So I don't really know what that's about, but everybody's hair is different. But I do like this gel. It's very moisturizing. So I tend to wear this more in the fall and winter time. Another OG of mine is the Weedad Advanced Climate Control. This one is great in the heat and humidity. However, it rarely gives me a cast, and if it does, it's very light. But it is a stronger hold, even though you don't necessarily feel the hold through a cast form. Like I said, though, it is designed to really work well in the heat and humidity, and I find that to be true. Next, I have a product that has been an OG for a long time. It's the Dippy Doo Girls with Curls. I feel like I've been on this container forever, and I'm so close to being out of it. In this container, I have another one, but I've been working on this little dab for forever. This is a lighter weight gel in my opinion. It has protein, and I can definitely tell that in my curls a lot. I have noticed that sometimes this can give me a little bit of, I feel like, a flash drying effect. But most of the time it's not a problem, and I still love it. I find that I could pair it with a lot of things, and I love this gel. The next one I have is new to me this year is the Yanasi Pamper My Curls Curl Sculpting Glaze. And this one I had done a side-by-side test, and I had the custard on one side and the glaze on the other. And while I enjoyed the custard, but paired with the leave-in that I had, this one just won hands down. And so I really like this. I want to try it as a one and done. I'm not sure. I know the custard was good as a one and done, but I feel like my neighbor is just mowing right by our side of the house because he knows I'm filming. It's really not the case, but it feels like that. Literally though, he has a lot of yard that he could do that wouldn't be disrupting my filming time, but he's just focusing on this area. Anyways, I love this. This is just a good curl defining gel. I do feel like it held up through the elements, and my hair did not get dried out. It did not lose its shape, and I like it. The last gel that I have in my favorites category is different. This is something that I don't typically like. It's not like any of the other gels I have in my favorites. I'll just say that. It is the Soultanicals Clump and Curl Afro Vegan Peach Custard. Now this is one of their seasonal items. I think it came out in the summertime, and really like the peach scent it got me. It kind of sold me. I'm like, that sounds really good. I wonder what that's all about. And the fact that it was a custard, because I do like a different custard that I have of theirs. So I just wanted to see what this one was like, and about lost that. But this is a very creamy consistency. It's a different kind of, I think I said the Trelux was kind of custard-like, but this is a custard in a different sense. This is a creamy custard. And this one I can use as a one and done. I actually only ever use this as a one and done, but I love my results. They're very fluffy, they're very lightweight and voluminous, but I have great curl definition. This is just a look I've really been enjoying, and it totally surprised me because I'm usually not that kind of girl. I usually like a little bit more control in my curls. I do have to definitely use hairspray to keep the look, otherwise I'm afraid it will frizz out, but I love this. I really do love it. I need to do a video on this. I'm not sure if I would do a whole dedicated video on this or if I would just do a short. Let me know if you're interested in seeing something on this and maybe what kind of format. Next, I have 3 products here that aren't part of a category in general, and I'm just these are bonuses. Things I find myself using very often. One of them every day, but just very often in general. The first one I have here is the Verb Ghost Oil. This is a great finishing oil. I've heard it described more as a serum, and I could definitely see that. It's very lightweight. I love like glazing it over my curls to break up the cast, scrunch out the crunch. Even if I don't have a crunch, it's a good sealant, and a little goes a long way. You don't need a lot, and I love it. Next product I have here is the Shea Moisture African Black Soap Bamboo Charcoal Scalp Tonic Treatment. What a mouthful. I'm actually almost out of this bottle, or this one's almost empty. I do have a few more, but I have found when I have my scalp flare-ups where I get like a flaky scalp and sometimes itchiness there, this is fantastic. I do find myself reaching for this more in the summertime, when my scalp is feeling really easily agitated due to sweat and everything like that, and the buildup that I get from the sweat, and then also in like the extreme cold. But in the off seasons, like the fall and spring, I don't find myself reaching for this quite as much. But it just helps, like when I get those flaky episodes, I put a little bit of this on there, rub that in, and it just soothes any itchiness that I may have, and it calms the flakiness. I find that the flakiness is subdued until the next time that I wash and style my hair. So I do love this product. And then the last product I have is one that I use almost every day, is the Tresemme Extra Hold Hairspray. And they have recently reformulated this, I think within this last year pretty much. I wasn't wild by the fact that they reformulated, but this was actually not a bad reformulation. And I use this frequently. I go through lots of these. You'll see that in my product empties that I do go through a lot of these. And that is all I have for my favorites today. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you enjoyed the series. And let me know if any of these products that we went through today are things that you have tried and you enjoy as well, or things that maybe you're interested in and haven't tried yet. So let me know about this in the comments down below. And until I see you again next week, have a great day. Bye.